But that's where from talking to friends of mine, I finally arrived at a conclusion at the very least that I'm a social libertarian. Like, what harm is it to me if two people who love each other decide to get married? So just being able to have that conversation and arrive at a different conclusion that I thought I might from benefiting from having that conversation. So it doesn't necessarily answer the totality of your question, but I hope that starts to make some
When you say
sense.
what harm is it to me when you look at a policy like marriage equality,
Yeah.
even that I feel like might be the wrong question. I feel like the question we should be asking ourselves is how could I support something that would help a lot of other people, but it won't directly benefit me at all? I'll get nothing from it. I certainly won't be harmed by it. But what's an idea that while it won't help me, it will help a lot of other people? Because I feel like people too often look at what a thing is going to do for them, or as you said, to harm them. And I think really a lot of people don't need certain things, certain help, certain support. They take it anyway. But I just like to think about policies. Most of the policies that I promote and support don't benefit me. One might even argue I lose from them, or they quote harm me, as you said. But why not look at it that way? Or why isn't that more of, do you think, the way we should look at things, supporting ideas and policies? They help other people.
Right. Right. Yeah. And again, I am in favor of a social safety net. So, if we're going to start digging down on individual policies, I'm probably going to be out of my league. But again, it's just the
Yeah, but
philosophical disposition
fair
that's
enough.
important
When
to
you
me.
say that you disagree 90% with a Democrat running in your office, or in your area, or for example, maybe I could point to, or you could, to make it however you want, Elizabeth Warren or Bernie Sanders. Like, what do you disagree with the ideas, the policies, the moralities of them? Again, often it comes back to how you see what government's role should be.
Right.
I think it should be doing things that are in the public's interest, including protecting the air and the water and the buildings that we work and live in, et cetera. But what do you disagree with? What triggers you when you hear like a fiscal policy? Because you seem to be more calm and mature than me. Seriously, I'm not being, but like I get really like kind of riled up when I hear someone advocate for a policy that I think is going to hurt people or the environment really badly.
Yeah, yeah. So Bernie Sanders is a good example because I like Bernie. I think Bernie's kind of like mishpacha for me. Like, he'd be at my Passover table. Um, and while I empathize with him in principle, the math simply doesn't work, right? The money has to come from somewhere. I don't. And again, it's a nuanced thing. So I don't want to be reductionist in how I answer this, but the it seems like his understanding of the world is a zero sum game where there are some guys who are holding on to all the money, and it's only fair for them to kind of open up their bank accounts and share it with everybody else. And again, I'm oversimplifying the Bernie Sanders thing, but that's what I hear when I'm listening to a guy like that. And there are certain principles like
But
when
they have
minimum.
what I hear is they have all of the money. Like, that's what I hear. If 1% of the people have so much more than the vast majority of the rest, how is that not the most moral and fair idea? What do you hear, I should say, when I say those types of statistics or something? Like, you're saying these few people, I'm saying they have it all. They have everything.
Right, right. And I think you'll find agreement with folks like Warren Buffett who believe in leveling the playing field, but not a wholesale redistribution of wealth. Because at the end of the day, small business guys like me. Okay, so here's one mistake: is that there are certain policies that here in California that are being implemented that treat me, a guy like me, who you know as if I'm another Mark Zuckerberg, as if I'm just rolling in the dough. And at the end of the day, I'm struggling just to, make sure that my profit and loss statement isn't in the red on a day-to-day basis. But the fact that I happen to start a business that, I'm seen and treated from a tax standpoint as if I am a Mark Zuckerberg. And I just don't think that's a healthy way to look at things.